Across this country, 5 shops are breathing new life into classic American designs. From rusted out Mustangs to broken down Harleys and everything in between. Each job has a story.
Love these things.
This is American Restoration.
My name is Bodie Stroud, and I'm founder of Bodie Stroud Industries. We're well known for rebuilding American cars and hot rods. There she is, man. Holy. Today in America, everything is disposable. From the car you drive to the house you live in, nothing is built to last. But there was a time when craftsmanship mattered. When it comes to cars, there's nothing I love more than putting classic quality back on the road. I don't just make old cars new, I make them amazing. So I got a client come by today to discuss a project for the LA Firemen's Museum. He wants to restore something pretty big, he says, so I'm pretty excited. My dad's a fireman, and I've been around fire trucks and firemen my whole life, so I can't wait to see what he's bringing. This thing's insane. Wow.
Hey, Bodie, I'm Don.
Don, how
Good
you
to
doing,
meet you.
man? Yeah, good to meet you. Wow, look at this thing, it's huge.
Yeah, it's not a lightweight. 1937 American LaFrance fire engine. And when you go ahead and it's
Real
hard steel, yeah.
Oh my God. Look at the Art Deco styling of this thing. It belongs in a museum. American LaFrance was the best in the biz. They were around for more than 100 years. This thing is just so gorgeous. It's a workhorse.
I did 21 years of service with the city from 37 until 58.
Thing's amazing.
All at one fire station. I'm the vice president, curator, and historian for the Los Angeles Fire Department's Historical Society. We document the history of the Los Angeles Fire Department, so we're really proud to be able to get this restored and put it on display and have it running where we can go ahead and take it out. It's going to be one of the diamonds on the floor of our museum.
Does it run good?
Oh, yeah. It's loud enough to wake the dead.
Is it?
No mufflers.
No mufflers.
No mufflers. We'd like to go ahead and get it street-worthy.
Okay.
We have no idea if the pump's working or not. That's what we're really hoping for. We want to have something that's going to squirt water. We want everything to work just right.
Well, I'm anxious to play with it, that's for sure. So we'll see if we can get it going. I can't even describe to you how massive this thing is. Plus, they want everything to work. They want the siren to work, the lights to work, the pump to work. I always love the challenge, but the size of this thing is a little intimidating. What's your budget on this project?
What do you think I could get done with 23?
Oh, man. This is a big job.
You got to remember, we're not Rockefeller. We're just a poor little history group that's been fortunate enough to get a hold of this.
My dad's a fireman. It's a true honor to do this for the Firemen's Museum. It's kind of my way of giving back. 23, let's do it. You got it.
All right.
Thanks, Don. Well, let's get her unloaded. Being a fireman's son, I practically grew up in fire stations. I used to imagine going down the pole, driving a big old fire truck down the street. These guys were the real thing. You know, they were big, strong guys that went out and saved people's lives and put their lives on the line. So being able to build this one for them is a dream come true. We want to keep the nostalgia and put it back to its original state. Me and the boys, we're going to make this the baddest vehicle on the road.
That thing's big. Start turning. Watch me over here. Keep coming.
This 1937 American LaFrance could possibly be the biggest job that we've ever done. It's time to open this thing up and see what we got ourselves into.
Woo! What an entrance.
This 78-year-old truck is going to need sandblasting. We're going to have to go through the electrical. It's going to need new upholstery. It's going to need paint. It's going to need pinstriping. We got to get the pump working. We got to do engine work. That's a lot of work for a $23,000 budget, and that's only the stuff that we could see. So now I got Mitchell and Kirk working on this thing. They're taking apart everything that's not welded down just to see what we're missing and what's underneath this thing.
Almost ready for me to pull this out right here?
I'm trying to get this throttle cable and this choke cable off.
Definitely a lot going on underneath there.
I'm pulling through the dash.
Yeah, it's up under here. Right here.
You all right?
Oh, dude. Odie! Now we got a real problem because the whole floorboard just collapsed right here. I was pulling some cables through, took a step out, and there wasn't much, running board on the edge there, and it just ripped away from the cab and just tossed me out. Definitely got to watch the rough edges on that thing. This whole thing ripped now. Almost ate it.
Ay. The whole bottom flange of this thing came apart. That's the whole bottom of the cab. Dang it, man.
Let's give it a lift up right there.
Okay, buddy.
On the stand. There we go.
Back a little bit. Beautiful.
This is a 1912 Thor. It runs so good. These bikes would rock at 120 miles an hour, 30 seconds in a mile. Check out this beautiful 1,000cc engine. It's a twin cylinder, and the intake valves are on top. It's called a pocket valve, and if you look at the number plate right there, it says the model SR. SR stands for Short Coupled Racer. It's the only SR Thor known to man. It's a pedal start.
Yep.
And the pedals are really pretty simple to go around. You just engage the clutch, and this thing will...
My name is Dale Waxler, and I'm a bike guy. I'm the owner and chief mechanic at Wheels Through Time, which hosts one of the greatest collections of American motorcycles in the world. I've always had the passion for collecting and preserving history. My first bike was an old Harley Panhead. I bought it for $250, drove it home, took it apart the same day. A few months later, it came out shining. What I primarily work on is rare American motorcycles that have a story. Nearly every bike in the museum is in operational condition. At Wheels Through Time, it all amounts to one thing: American history.
Teresa.
Hi, Dale. Teresa Bentley. Nice to meet you.
And you're Jim. What do you got here?
I've got a very unique project here that I need your help with.
Can I take a look at it?
This is her dad's 46 Knucklehead.
Really?
Oh.
Look at that. The Knucklehead engine is the iconic Harley-Davidson engine. In 1936, the Knucklehead replaced the Flathead as the top-of-the-line machine.
How long since it's been ridden?
My dad rode it up until 2004 or 5 when he passed away, and it's been ridden a little bit since then, but he rode it right up until he died.
What do you know about it?
In 1951, he purchased it from a riverman. We live close to the Mississippi River.
Wow.
So we've had it since the early 50s, and I'd like to hear it and see it run again. This motorcycle has a lot of emotional attachments for all of my family. I'm the oldest of 5 children. All of us remember our daddy as an adventuresome, loving, fun, kind of daredevil. And to have the opportunity to have this, which was his most prized possession, up and running, and us have a chance to actually hear it and see it again, it means everything to us.
Well, I got to tell you, the bike has a lot of personality, but it's not exactly stock.
What does that mean, Star?
You had some fun modifying it, we can imagine.
Well, the first thing I notice is this, and that's rare. That's like off a 1936 Harley-Davidson. It was an accessory item. And the headlight, this is more of a 50s sealed beam. It's bigger and it's chrome, so it was kind of a statement. It's got the original carburetor on it. It has the original footboards. This is stock. I think the bike has a lot of potential. What is it exactly you'd like to do to this machine?
I'd like to have this bike back in running order. It doesn't have to be a showpiece, but I want to be able to hear it. I'd like to be able to see the Kickstarter kicked and it start.
We can make this thing run. I think we can get it in fine tune. You'll be proud of it. It'll relive a layer of history. If you don't mind, let John take the bike around the back.
Sure.
Come on,
All right, Jim, thank you.
Thank you.
This bike has layers of history. Teresa's father was in love with this bike, and I'm in love with the idea of restoring it. Making an old bike run is exactly what I love to do. It's what I'm made of. I'm very excited about this project.
What I have here is my grandpa's old barber chair. Are you serious?
My name's Andy Bowman Jr. My shop is Monkey Business. What sets Monkey Business apart from everybody else is our passion and our honesty. I'd rather lose money on a job than turn out bad work. I don't want something that has nice paint. I want beautiful paint. I don't want something that is really close to the way it was. I want it to be exactly the way it was. I drive the guys I work with nuts because I insist on it. I was naturally mechanically inclined. I took apart my crib when I was 1 year old with no tools. My dad built race cars and dune buggies, and every year we built a car. If I didn't go play Little League Baseball, I went and built race cars. I love taking something that's rusty and making it shiny. I give my heart and soul to every project I do, and that's how we get our quality.
Hey, what's happening, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you?
Good seeing you.
I brought you something really cool. I think you're gonna like this. Jeff's a longtime customer of mine. He's got a real appreciation for antiques, so when he pulls into my shop, I know he's got something cool for me.
What I have here is my grandpa's old barber chair.
Jeez.
It's been in the family for a long time. It's been sitting for about 25 years.
That's awesome.
I know it's from the late 1800s.
That thing's cool as can be, dude.
I got my worst haircuts ever in that chair right there when I was a kid.
Not that great of a barber, huh?
It was pretty much a bowl cut, come out looking like Pete Rose. My grandfather was a barber in a small town. He was the only barber, and he cut everybody's hair in town, or at least all the boys.
This thing is cool, dude.
I had a really hard time finding any information about it. I know the company is Koch's, but other than that, I don't know much about it.
Koch's was one of the premier barber chair builders around the turn of the century. They made everything from soap, razors, barber poles, everything that went with the barber industry. Barber shops were the social clubs of the day. Guys would hang out for hours and catch up on current events, talk sports, whatever they wanted to do. When you got your 20 minutes in a chair, you were the king. These chairs were lavish, they were comfortable, they were beautiful, they were your throne. What do you want to do with it, man?
I'd like to restore it. I'd like to get it back to somewhat what it was like originally, and I'd like to have it in my living room. I'd really like to make this chair as original as possible. I'd like to bring it back to original leather, the type of metal that was on there, get the wood refinished. I'd really like to see what it would have looked like when it was in the 1890s when it was made.
Do you know if the pump works?
I have no idea.
That could be a problem. The seals go bad sitting around and stuff. Parts are non-existent.
Okay.
You got a little bit of woodwork broke right there.
So what do you think this is going to cost me?
It's going to have to be stripped down to the metal and then replated. The leather's going to cost and the upholstery's going to cost. The rest is stripping some wood and staining. It's not too bad, providing the pump's good. I'm thinking, you know, it could reach $4,500, $5,000 even.
Wow, that's more than I thought it was going to be.
Probably will be more than what the chair is even worth, but, you know, it's a sentimental thing. We're fixing stuff for you to keep it alive, not for resale.
Well, it's important for me for it to go back original and be nice, and I want to keep it. I want to give it to my kids, you know, after I'm gone. So something I've always wanted to get refinished, and I think now's the time.
This chair could take up to 3 weeks to do. We have chrome work that has to be done, very ornate woodwork. We have a hydraulic pump that I've never even seen or worked on before. It's 125 years old. If we need any kind of part, it could be impossible to get. Leave it today, and I'll get it ripped apart.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Cool, man. Thank you, sir.
All right,
Thanks for coming by, brother.
No problem.
It's awesome
Good
seeing you.
The LA Firemen's Museum has asked us to restore this 1937 American LaFrance. First thing we're gonna check, does it spray water? If it does spray water, we may have dodged a bullet. If it doesn't, it could cost us a ton of time and money.
Go ahead and turn her on.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, whoa, you just sprung a leak.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It's an open valve.
Oh, it's just a valve.
Yeah.
That's good. I thought we had something major going on. So let me fire the truck up and turn on the pump. Go for it. I felt something go bang. Is it working?
No, we got no water.
What? Nothing?
No pressure, no nothing.
Can't fight fires without a pump, Mitchell. Let's see what's going on. If I have to start fabricating stuff for this pump, I have no idea what that's going to entail. I love the firemen and everything they do for us, but I don't want to eat it on this thing. And all I see is dollars going out the window. Yeah, you go ahead and move it. Let me look. Go ahead. Okay. There's like a rod or a shaft that's completely out. So that's why we're not getting anything. Let me adjust this side. It's on. See if it works. Yeah! It's perfect.
Nice. It's gonna be great. This thing actually pumps water.
Yep. Now I only have about 5,354 more things to do.
John's tuning up Jim and Teresa's 46 Knucklehead. I'm going to drop in and see how he's doing. I know this bike hasn't run in a decade, but with a little luck, John will have it humming in no time. John's a do-it-all guy at Wheels Through Time. He can tune up an engine, he can fix an electric plug-in, he can build a display. He's kind of like MacGyver.
What do you say, John?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
What are you doing? The entire bike's torn out. This is a tune-up.
Check that out, buddy. Read it. I found it under the transmission. Our boy Jim snuck it in on us.
Dear Dale, I want a full job done right on her dad's 46 Harley, like it come off the showroom floor. I'll pay you what it costs. Do not tell Teresa a thing.
What do you think?
I think you're ahead of the game.
We got a job here, my friend.
The ease of a couple-day tune-up with no time pressure was something I was happy to do for Jim and Teresa. Now we have a whole new game plan.
We got some work here, my friend. There's not much that we can save on this. It looked a lot better yesterday on the trailer. I wonder if this thing sat under the river for a while. Look at the mud in these springs.
What about the motor?
Well, it's up there. I just thought I'd take it out and let you have a look at it. I've not even got into it.
I'll take the engine apart, source the parts.
Now, the frame seems pretty straight.
What about the sheet metal?
Well, it's the wrong color, but we can work with it.
Well, you know where we start. Let's get this thing stripped down entirely. Get the fork off it, get the wiring off it.
I'll get started on that transmission.
A nut and bolt restoration on a 46 Knucklehead is time-consuming and it's expensive. One of the great things about Wheels Through Time is I have most of the parts necessary for post-war Harley-Davidson motorcycles. If I don't, I know where to get them. Jim and Teresa, we got you covered.
What's going on, boss? Look at this. This is the worst pinstriping job I have ever seen in my life. If I went to go ask for a check to do this job, I'd be embarrassed.
Jim and Teresa dropped off their old Knucklehead for me to do a complete engine overhaul. The Knucklehead itself actually gets its name based on these two units. We're kind of shaped like a knuckle. The first step is to completely disassemble the engine. Every piece has to be inspected, repaired, cleaned, and reassembled. I'm having some difficulty in removing this cylinder, so I'm just gonna literally hit your cylinder with a rawhide mallet. Not a copper mallet, not a brass mallet, not a steel mallet. Rawhide! And that loosened it right up. Pop! The next step is to look at the pistons. The pistons look pretty good, but they have entirely too much shake on the connecting rods. So this connecting rod needs to be replaced. Now it's time to take the other cylinder off, and we're probably not going to find much difference. That's number 2. The cam cover, this unit right here, is what holds all the guts in the engine. And inside, there's 37 individual small parts. It never fails. The last screw doesn't want to come out. Sometimes when you have a screw or a bolt that's tight, Dr. Heat will seem to do it. Heat it up, the metal expands, screw ought to come loose. Son, the last thing I want to do is go caveman on this thing. I'm going caveman. Come on! I'm losing patience with this engine. This is where things can go really wrong. If this cam cover breaks, it'll be several $100s. If the crankcase breaks, it'll be several $1,000s. When one breaks, usually the other one breaks. This could be a problem. Well, it seems like I've met my match. This is like hand-to-hand combat. Yes! Oh, man. That's the last one. Okay, next step. Oh, that's hot! No damage. Well, the good news is all the parts are here. Oh, that's not good. It's got a broken oil pump. It has a broken ear. It makes this piece of the pump worthless. And if you look at the little piece right here, you can see it's cracked as well. Watch this. Spaghetti. I gotta go find some parts.
So we're making pretty good headway on the American LaFrance. Kirk's almost done welding up all the body rot, especially the area he stepped in. After he's done, I think we're pretty much ready to send it to paint.
I just cut a straight rectangle. Now I'm gonna go back and trim it to fit the hole, which will just be a matter of just nipping the sides off. So cut that off and it should just drop right into place right here. Plasma cutter.
Oh, look at you. Very cool. New project, my man. Nice. Customer came in. It was his grandfather's. It's going to go in his living room. Wants to keep it almost completely original. Basically, strip the wood, get rid of all that brown paint. I'm going to have the nickel replated, get rid of all that copper paint. And, what you doing?
I want to check the wood.
Be careful. Craig's my wood guy. He's an odd duck. He goes with the flow. He's like a surfer with, sandpaper in his hand. This chair has a lot of ornate woodwork to it, a lot of hand carvings, a lot of stuff missing and broke. Craig's the only person I can trust to take it back to the way it looked originally.
That's tiger oak, brother. When this thing's cleaned up and the wood's done, it's gonna just be gorgeous. We're gonna have to be a little careful on the carvings here because they're applied. You see we got a broken piece over here?
Yeah, I figured you could whittle something up for that. The wild card here is the pump. The customer has some concerns about the cost of this chair. One of the big problems is the pump doesn't work. If I have to replace the pump, it can be well over $500 or more even. If I can fix this thing, it'll save him some money and make for good business.
Well, jump up in there and let's see what's going on.
No.
Maybe you're too heavy. Why don't you get up?
Sounds like it's blowing through the seals.
Yep. Oh, boy.
They're a little old. They don't necessarily want to come out. We'll persuade them.
Easy. Easy.
Look at these. They're all scrolled in there. Both sides. It's beautiful.
Oh, dude.
That's a pile of hair.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, come on, you big sissy. It's only hair.
You know what? I ain't touching that. God knows what they had in the 1800s.
You should know.
Easy. Easy. All right.
Hold that thing back for me just a little bit. Let me whack on these a little more. We're working on this 1890s barber chair for a good client, Jeff. Craig's uncovered some beautiful tiger oak wood underneath this old decrepit paint. We're gonna strip it down and refinish it the way it should have been. But first, we gotta get all this old hardware off.
Easy. Andy. Are you serious? Oh, I think it's the glue and the varnish and the paint over the years stuck the two pieces of wood together. It's not broken.
We'll do it your way.
When Andy's real enthusiastic about a project, he can get a little ahead of himself, and some things will get broke or lost, but we can fix that. Good thing with Andy is he knows when to lead, he knows when to delegate work, and when it comes to carpentry and woodworking, that's my gig. Just get it on into the stripper tank and be done with it. This stuff is fairly hot. I'm gonna double layer with the rubber gloves. Years ago, I had one drop of it go right into my eye. Grabbed the hose and just squirt it into my eye, and I've never done it again. Safety goggles and the proper equipment. Learned my lesson the first time.
While Craig gets going exposing the wood, I'm gonna get working on the ornate metalwork like the footrest.
Now for something really disgusting. What I thought was mud and dirt is all hair. Looks like somebody shaped a guinea pig on this thing. That is freaking disgusting.
I'm being very careful around these plied pieces. Sometimes I'll take them off. Makes it easier for me to clean around everything. They're very, very fragile. And if I break it, as somebody already has, I'm gonna have to make another one. So we got the first layer loose, and I'm already seeing the tiger oak, the beauty of it. I'm gonna take this piece of steel wool, dunk it a little bit. That's a couple layers of paint just coming right off with this, and there's the tiger oak, and that is one beautiful piece of wood.
This is a pile of nastiness there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to weld this crack up right here. How's that wood going, man?
Real good, Andy. I've already got the paint off of it. I don't think I'm gonna have to remove the applied pieces. I think we're in good shape.
It's awesome.
Hey, John! Look out there, man. I got it. All right. That is a 46 knucklehead engine rebuilt with tender, loving care. Let's get this thing put in here.
What a beauty.
You ready?
I am.
1, 2. Are we in?
We're in. A little bit more, a little my way.
Oh,
there we go. There we go. Keep coming.
Right there.
Beautiful.
It's in.
That's it. Like a hand in a glove.
Wow, this is looking good. The 46 knucklehead's coming along great. I cleaned and rebuilt every piece of that engine. Now, John has got the chassis in great shape. We just got to put all the parts on it. You made some good progress. You got the fork and handlebars on it. Where's the headlight?
I got a list right here of things we need to finish this project. Check it out. We got a ways to go.
Drive chassis, primary, clutch, tires, correct wheels, dampener, exhaust. Got the exhaust over here.
When that old knucklehead arrived here, it was in rough shape. But Dale's been around these old Harleys a long time. It'll be a rolling piece of art when he's finished with it.
I think we're looking pretty good. I think the biggest problem is no oil tank. Once I get the oil tank, you can get the rear fender bolted up. I'll bring the wheels in. Tires are ready. We'll have it done by the time they get here. Have no fear.
The clock is ticking.
The American LaFrance fire truck is almost finished and ready for delivery to our friends at the LA Firemen's Museum. We finished all the metalwork, the red paint matches the original color, all the brass is polished, and it looks awesome. As a final touch, I've decided to hire out a professional pinstriper to really bring out the lines on this Art Deco piece of machinery. What the? Mitchell! Alex! What's up? Oh, dude, did you see this? No. This is the worst pinstriping job I have ever seen in my life. Just looks horrific. It looks horrific.
What's going on, boss?
Look at this. It's terrible, huh? I mean, my 8-year-old daughter could have done a better job than this.
What happened here with this guy, man?
I don't know. It's all crooked. He used the wrong kind of tape. It bled through. He got gold paint on our gauges, on our chrome, everything. I mean, this guy just didn't even care. If I went to go ask for a check to do this job, I'd be embarrassed. I'd be completely embarrassed. And now I have to fix it in a very short amount of time. This painter really screwed me over. I cannot deliver this truck like this. I'm so pissed off at this thing. When I see this, I just cannot believe what a terrible job he did.
Your bike is ready? I think I hear Dale coming right now, in fact.
That's not it. That's not it.
This is the pump, once again filled with hair. We've made a lot of headway in Jeff's 1890s barber chair. It's like a pelt. This barber chair had hair everywhere, 100-year-old plus hair. Some of the seals had deteriorated, they're old leather seals. All we had to do was get cleaned up, maybe a little bit of sanding, and they worked fine. It was built right the first time, simple, not complicated, and built to last, and it did. Jeff wants to use this chair to watch football games and sporting events, just lounge around in. So we're gonna build some cup holders for him. They'll be able to be removed. You'll never know they were there, but while they're there, they'll look like they belong there.
We're dealing with inch-thick wood, so we're gonna have to make a Z-bracket to hold this thing in place. And it's gonna be about 6.5 inches long. Let's mark up some metal and get it cut. This is our mount that will sit under the bracket just like so. I'm gonna make some marks as to where holes go. All right, we're just gonna give it a little bit of shape. And these are completely removable at the option of the owner. I didn't want to destroy the chair, and neither did he.
Come on in, Jeff.
It is so cool that Jeff had us do this barber chair. Instead of letting it collect dust in the garage any longer, he had us convert it into something he can watch the big game in and enjoy for a lifetime. What's happening, buddy?
Not much.
How you doing?
Good. How's the chair?
It's a lot better than it was last time you seen it.
I'm so excited to see it, man. I can't wait.
After 100 and some plus years, it's back to where she needs to be. Want to see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
Holy smokes.
Yeah?
That is incredible. Andy pulls the cover off it, and it's unbelievable.
Beautiful, ain't it?
That looks awesome. I see this shiny metal, this great leather, this beautiful woodwork, and I'm just astounded at it.
Everybody had a lot of fun working on it. I had your foot plates re-nickeled. My pinstriper, I had him go through and hand paint all this underneath so that it would really pop for you and look the way it should. Craig did some phenomenal woodwork for you right here.
If you remember, Jeff, the whole top of this crown was missing.
Okay.
So it was cut it by hand sand it, hand carve it to make it fit. And if you look to this one compared to the one that was there originally, close as it gets.
You can't even tell.
When I pulled it all apart, it was stuffed with cotton batting and hay.
Hay?
Hay. It looked like a chicken coop in there. So this is good high-density foam. It's the same stuff they use on high-grade furniture.
I love the cup holders. I love how you incorporated the leather in here. The wood looks great. It looks like it belongs on there.
They're screwed on from the bottom right where the armrests are. 4 screws will take this whole assembly off.
Okay.
We use the original bolt holes for the armrest. So nothing's been disturbed. If you take them off, it'll be just the way it was the day it was made. We've got your pump working again even.
It works? I didn't think you'd get that to work.
It had so much hair in it that it was almost like mud. Give it like a half a pump, it'll go up all the way down, and it falls.
Just like brand new.
Can't believe it works.
What do you think your grandfather would have thought of this?
I'm sure that he would be pretty amazed with it right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got their hair cut in that chair.
I'll bet they did.
I can make a chihuahua out of the hair we got out of this thing.
This chair will never see another haircut. It's too nice to ever let that happen to it again, and we're going to keep it as pristine as possible.
Why don't you hop up in there?
I feel like I'm ready for a bad haircut.
Get the shears, Andy. Lean on back. We'll get you a cold one. Relax.
Man, this is awesome, guys. I can't wait to watch some football on this thing.
Good news is we got to where you wanted to be on your budget. I hit your target, and I have a little extra money to fill them cup holders now.
Sounds good, man. This is great.
Since we didn't have to replace any expensive parts like the pump, I got to save Jeff a lot of money on this chair. At $3,700, Jeff's going to save $800 and put it right in his pocket.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Andy.
brother.
This is awesome.
Thanks for bringing it to us.
I've ran out of words to describe it. It's so nice. It's incredible.
I'm going to go get a couple of guys, Andy, and we'll get this thing packed and wrapped. Thanks, Jeff.
And you can take care of the paperwork.
Sounds good.
Come on over here.
Say, John,
Hi, Jim.
Several weeks ago, Jim and Teresa showed up with her dad's 1946 Knucklehead. Jim had a clever plan, have us fully restore the motorcycle in honor of Teresa's father. The bike's ready to show.
Welcome back. Your bike is ready. The tune-up went very smoothly.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think I hear Dale coming right now, in fact.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it, is it?
This is your motorcycle.
Beautiful. It's not what I expected.
You didn't know about the note.
No. What note?
We did the whole thing.
He said, do it right and do it completely.
This is a rebirth.
And it starts and runs perfectly.
Oh, I heard it.
Did a full-blown restoration in the original 1946 color.
It's a lot better than that spray paint red.
The red seat, gone.
Oh.
The big chrome headlight replaced with the proper headlight. And we've re-chromed all these pieces. We've repolished all of these parts. The engine is rebuilt to perfection. It'll run for a long time.
So this is what my dad got on. Took it from the Mississippi River Man.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. My dad would be so thrilled. My daddy was the most amazing man that we'd ever seen. He was strong and beautiful and powerful and loving and generous. And this brings that man back to me. It's beautiful. It is just beautiful.
It is. It is.
I'm leaning on this like it's mine, but it's actually yours.
You're going to have to let it go at some point, Rob.
But I think you ought to have a seat on it.
Please.
You,
of course.
There's a whole new mood.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Huh?
Perfect fit.
Perfect. It is just about my size, isn't it?
I think you should try to start it one. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. Let me come around right over here. Put your foot right up on there. And then I want you to stand up and straighten your leg at the same time. Oh, look at that. Slower.
Really noisy. Oh, that sounds exactly right, though. That sounds so cool. We've recaptured the life of this motorcycle, and it has a life in the future. And my father would be thrilled with that. Thank you, Jim.
There's a timelessness about these bikes.
I love you, too. Yeah, there is.
There really is. Go on forever and ever. And now this one's starting all over again.
Teresa, working on your dad's bike was something I'll never forget, and it was a privilege and an honor. Thank you.
I'll never forget either. I'll always, always think of this moment.
I'll go bring it over to the trailer for you.
We can't deliver this thing like this. We'd be a laughing stock. We have to get this thing finished, all right? We can't deliver this thing like this. We'd be a laughing stock. I hire out a pinstriper on this 1937 American LaFrance, and he just proceeds to up and take my money. You have no idea how pissed off I am right now. We gotta have it done by tomorrow. That's when it's scheduled to be delivered. I can't call him up and push this off another week. I can't. I mean, the lines on this thing look horrific. It just goes to show you, if you want something done right, you better do it yourself. Here's what we're gonna do. Remove all this and all the bad areas. I see some looks acceptable.
Sure, let me take it out. Let me try to take it out. And
What is that?
Paint thinner. Oh, yes. Oh, perfect. You're lucky. Look how easy it comes out.
Oh, thank God, man. All right, cool. Well, this is good news, Alex, and it's not hurting the paint whatsoever. Everything's good?
Yeah, everything's good.
We have to get this thing finished, all right?
Okay, it's coming.
The 37 American LaFrance is finished, and we're on our way to deliver it to our friends at the LA Firemen's Museum. The pinstriping's fixed, and it's finally museum quality. Don and the guys are gonna love this thing, and I can't wait to see the expression on their face.
Oh, my God. Holy hell. God.
This is remarkable. It's unbelievable. It's what I really wanted to see, including the color. The last time I saw this fire truck, it was bare metal with an awful lot of stuff stripped off it. And then to turn around and see this beautiful hunk of metal is remarkable.
striping looks beautiful. I mean, that sets the whole fire truck apart.
It really does.
Yeah, it
as
does.
soon as the gold went on, it was a completely different truck. Guys, check out the interior. Made it look brand new.
Wow. Look at how beautiful the dash is inside.
Cleaned the dash up, original gauges. We polished the brass. It was all covered in paint. Polished the water tank up top. Did all new wood in the bed. All new chrome.
Oh, yeah.
Mitchell rebuilt the carbs. He handmade all the gaskets because there's no carb kit for this thing. He cleaned everything out, and it's running really good.
Well, that must have been pretty exciting when that cranked out.
Oh, yeah. It was really exciting. It's got a brand new stainless steel exhaust system.
That's remarkable. That's a thing of beauty underneath.
Want to come look at the pump station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We've cleaned up everything. We left the inside of the gauges real vintage, though.
Well, we got to try it.
Give me a hand.
Okay, here's your nozzle.
All right, cool. Up. All right, man.
I'm gonna pull this line in behind us a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be here on this side backing you up.
All right.
You're good with your feet about shoulder width apart. You wanna lean into it a little bit.
Okay.
You're gonna get about 75 pounds of nozzle reaction. So I'll be back here on this side of the hose line backing you up.
All right, you ready?
You ready?
Yeah,
All right,
go for it.
Load the line.
There we go. Oh, Pops would be proud of me now. Making this restoration happen for the guys at the museum is truly an honor. It's my small way of giving back to the firefighters like my dad that sacrifice and put their lives on the line every day for us. It's also my way of reliving a childhood dream of being a firefighter, if only for a minute. I'm really happy with the way this thing turned out.